Hi everybody, this is Mr. Nolan, and what I would like to show you today is our investigation of soda water fizzing. And we have a few tools in order to investigate that. We have our digital scale, which is accurate to 1/100th of a gram, and we also have bromothymol blue, which we can call BTB for short. The way that we're going to investigate soda, we want to know what happens when it's fizzing. That's the operative word. So we've got some soda. I've got some freshly popped open soda here, and we have our scale ready to go, and we have our BTB. There's two ways that we're going to investigate this. One is take the mass of the soda when we pour it, and then 20 minutes later to see if the mass changes. We're also going to keep the soda with some BTB under a dish in order to see if there are any chemical changes that result from soda fizzing. So the soda is going to fizz as it sits there for 20 minutes in one of our petri dishes. We're going to pour some BTB next to it, and we're going to take a look at what occurs over the course of that time. BTB is a pH indicator, which means it shows if there is a change of pH or just what in general the pH is. For BTB, the way that we know that this works is that if it's yellow or moving toward yellow, that means the pH is dropping, it's becoming more acidic. If it becomes darker, if it's getting blue, that means the pH is rising and it's becoming more basic. So the pH scale works kind of backwards than it seems like it should. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and mass our soda. I've already massed our dish that we're going to use, and when I take a look at that, it's the same as what I recorded, 40.21. And I'm going to pour some fresh soda here. Nice and fizzy. Fairly full. And the mass that I get is 107.06. So I'm going to subtract from the mass of my total, the mass of the dish, and 66.85 is the mass of our soda to begin with, 66.85. So we're going to compare that to our soda afterward and see if our soda has changed mass. We know the dish won't change mass, that's going to stay the same, but we can actually take a look at the soda water's mass later. So we're done with our scale. Let's set our soda water there. And we've got our BTB. Since it's green, we know it's neutral currently. It's just dissolved in water. I'm going to pour that in this dish. A little more. Okay, so we've got that all set up. Those out of the way. Turn off our scale, we don't need that. And what we're going to do is put both of these dishes under a container. It's not quite airtight, but it's close enough. And what we'll do is we'll come back in about 20 minutes and we'll see if there's a change in the BTB. We'll also mass our soda again, and we'll see if there's any change in the mass of the soda. So I'll see you in 20. Okay, so about 20 minutes has gone by, and here we go. So what we see, Scout's honor, I promised that I did not add anything to our BTB. What has happened is that our BTB went from green to this very yellow. There's a tiny bit of green in there. You might be able to see that still in there. And our soda has just been sitting here. If you go back and look at the video, you'll see I never even actually touched the lid there. So what we're going to do now is we observe right away, okay, that our BTB went from green to yellow. And because of the way that BTB behaves, we know that that means that the BTB over here became acidic. So that's something that we know that happened. So I'm going to get that out of the way. And we're going to mass our soda again. I'm going to turn our scale on. And the mass of the dish stayed the same. That's 40.21. I'm going to set that there. And the new mass is 106.84. And that is 66.63. And so what has happened is that the mass of our soda went from 66.63 to 66.85, which is a change in mass of 0.22 grams. So, and it decreased. So our soda was 66.85, and the soda is now 66.63. So we observed that our change in mass was negative. So our soda lost mass. Now, why did that happen? We're going to talk about that in another video that I have coming up. But for right now, the important thing is that our two important observations that we see is that the BTB turned from green to yellow, went from neutral to acid, and our soda lost mass, a pretty significant amount, 0.22 grams. So we'll see why in the next video. Until then, happy science.